Anna stood in the doorway and heard the words like a slap. Find somewhere else to die. You're useless now, Mark said, not even turning his head. He sat at the dining table like a king on a throne. Lily leaned on the chair behind him, arms folded, a thin smile on her face. Did you hear him, Anna? Lily asked. He said you're done here. Anna's mouth went dry. This is our home, she said, voice shaking. No, Mark replied, finally looking up with cold eyes. It was. Dad left everything to me. I'm moving on. Lily clicked her tongue. He doesn't need dead weight. Anna took one step inside. After 15 years? After everything I did for your father. Mark stood. You have 24 hours. Take your clothes. Leave the rest. Anna stared at him, searching for the man she married and could not find him. Where am I supposed to go? She asked softly. Not my problem, Mark said. You're smart. Get a job. Lily laughed. If she remembers how. Anna gripped her phone. She could scream. She could beg. Instead she said, fine, and walked past them to the bedroom, every step steady, every breath counted. Inside the bedroom, Anna sat on the edge of the bed and dialed. David, it's Anna. I need help, she said. David Cole, her old friend and the lawyer who handled the prenup years ago, answered at once. Anna, you sound terrible. What happened? Mark kicked me out. His father died last week. Today he bragged about the will stocks, houses, all of it. 33 million. He says I get nothing. There was a beat of silence, then David laughed, an honest, delighted laugh. Oh Anna. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at him. Is he really that careless? Careless, she whispered. Check your email in 5 minutes, David said. Do not show him anything. Do not argue. Pack a small bag and keep your head down. He hung up. In the hall she heard Mark on the phone. Yeah, finally free. Calling the broker now. Selling a chunk tomorrow. Boat first. Lily's voice floated from the kitchen. She'll be gone by morning. Anna looked around the room, the dresser she polished, the framed photos she arranged. She felt grief, then something colder and cleaner move in behind it. She opened the closet and pulled a suitcase from the top shelf. 24 hours, she murmured. We'll see. Her phone buzzed. Email from David. Read this carefully. Don't tell Mark. The attachment was Henry Clark's will, highlighted on page 7. Anna read the clause once, then again, lips moving. Any transfer or sale over $25,000 within 2 years of Henry's death required written approval from Mark's spouse, Anna Clark, witnessed by 2 parties. If Mark skipped her approval, every such transaction became void and 75% of all inherited assets transferred to Anna, with the rest to charity. A second note from David followed. By the way, check the deed. The house sits in a trust. You're the sole beneficiary. Anna covered her mouth and exhaled a shaky laugh. Henry had seen her. He had planned for this. She walked to the doorway and listened. Mark was still talking big. 5 million tomorrow. Easy. Then the car. Then the watch. Anna texted David. He's selling 5M tomorrow. David replied. Perfect. Let him. First violation locks him in. I'll prep filings. Keep quiet. Anna rolled the suitcase open and placed folded clothes inside. In the mirror she saw her own face, pale but steady. Lily knocked on the doorframe and smirked. Need help packing? No, Anna said. I'm good. Lily shrugged. Remember, jewelry stays. Anna zipped the case and smiled faintly. We'll talk about what stays. Mark blocked the doorway as she wheeled the suitcase out. Sign these when my lawyer sends them, he said. 50 grand to help you land on your feet. Generous. Anna looked him in the eye. Generous, she repeated, voice flat. Lily clapped slowly. Look at her. So calm. So polite. Don't worry, Anna. We'll send you a postcard from Paris. Anna tilted her head. Paris. 2 weeks, Mark said. First class. We deserve it. Anna stepped past him. You do love fast decisions. He frowned. What's that supposed to mean? It means, she said, I hope the flight is smooth. He kept walking. Out by the door she paused. Mark. He didn't answer. Thank you, she said. He sneered. For what? For making things clear. She left the house without slamming the door. In the car she called David. He offered me 50,000. David snorted. Keep the email trail. Let him send the draft. Every line will help us later. He's talking about Paris and a yacht, she added. Good, David said. The higher he climbs, the harder the fall. I'll monitor his brokerage. You stay small. Hotel not friends. Let them believe you're broken. And Anna, don't warn him. Not about anything. She nodded even though he couldn't see. I won't. At a modest hotel downtown, Anna spread the will on the desk and read the clause again, slow and careful. She whispered the simple math. 5 million without her signature equals violation. Violations trigger transfer. Transfer empties Mark's victory into her hands and charity. Her phone chimed. David, sale queued. Clears tomorrow afternoon. I'll file the freeze right after we have proof. Anna typed, how long do I wait to speak? David, at least one big sale. More is better. He'll buy a car, a watch, a trip. He's predictable. Anna set her phone down and practiced the story she would show to the world. A quiet woman with a suitcase, eyes red, moving through lobbies and sidewalks in slow steps. The pity would travel. It always did. She imagined Lily's captions. She imagined Mark's champagne glass. Then she imagined his face when the card failed and the emails arrived and the phone started ringing. She closed her eyes and steadied her breath. One step at a time, she told herself. The clerk called through the door. Everything okay, ma'am? Anna smiled. Yes. Thank you. She turned off the lamp, lay down on the narrow bed and held one thought like a warm coin in her palm. Henry believed her. That belief was now a lever. And in the morning she would start to pull. Morning came with rain and a message from David. Sale cleared. 5 million. Anna sat up in the small hotel bed and let out a long breath. Good, she typed back. What next? He replied, now we build the wall. I'm drafting a motion to freeze his accounts. Don't call him. Don't taunt him. Let him spend. Anna dressed, kept her head low and walked to a corner cafe. On her phone, Lily's posts flashed bright new sunglasses, a glossy yacht deck, a caption, new life, new toys. Comments poured in, you deserve it. So happy for you. Anna saved screenshots and sipped her coffee. A text from Mark arrived. My lawyer will email divorce papers. Be reasonable, Anna. She wrote nothing. Another ping. A photo of a diamond watch on Mark's wrist. 50,000 for you if you sign fast. She put the phone face down and watched buses crawl through the rain. When the cafe emptied, she called David. He's sending papers. Perfect, David said. We'll read them, smile and wait. He thinks you're drowning. Let him. Anna nodded to herself. I can do that. One more thing, David added. Keep receipts. Times, dates, posts. His bragging is your evidence. He's doing the work for me, she said quietly. He always has. The divorce draft hit her inbox that afternoon. Anna walked it to the tiny desk and read slowly. Mark wanted her to waive all claims to Henry's estate. He wrote that she had contributed nothing, and that $50,000 would be generous and final. Anna circled lines with a pen. She phoned David. See paragraph 9, he asked. He's trying to make you sign away rights you don't even know you have. It's sloppy and arrogant. Can he win with this? Not with what we hold, David said. We'll reply tomorrow. For now, text him one sentence. What sentence? I'm reviewing. I need time. That keeps him calm. Anna sent it. Seconds later, Mark replied, good. Don't drag this out. Lily chimed in, please hurry. We have flights to catch. Anna typed nothing. She printed the draft, slid it into a folder with screenshots, and labeled the folder in block letters. Mark evidence. She sat on the bed and listened to the rain on the window. Her chest still ached, but under the ache was steel. She whispered, not yet. Then she turned off the lamp and let the storm talk for her. The next day, a number she barely knew lit her screen. Anna, it's Nora, the voice said. Henry's widow. Precise. We should talk. Anna's fingers tightened. Why? Because Henry asked me to if Mark ever showed who he really was. They met at a quiet coffee shop on a side street. Nora arrived in a gray coat, hair neat, eyes unreadable. She sat, ordered an espresso and slid a plain folder across the table. Henry kept records, she said. Conversations he had with Mark. Notes. Copies of messages between Mark and Lily. Anna opened the folder. A transcript waited at the top. Mark's words were sharp. She's free labor. When Dad's gone, she's gone too. Anna swallowed. There's also a letter, Nora added, taking out an envelope with shaky handwriting. To Anna it read. Henry wrote it 3 weeks before he died, Nora said. He told me to give it to you only if Mark turned cruel. Anna stared at the envelope. Why are you helping me? Nora's mouth made a thin line. I respected Henry. He hated cruelty. Read the letter, Anna. Then make it count. She stood, set cash by the cup and left without a backward glance. Alone at the table, Anna opened the letter with careful hands. My dear Anna, it began in Henry's wavering script. If you're reading this, my son has failed the smallest test. Kindness. You cared for me when others would not. So I protected you. Use the clause. Do not feel guilty. Cruelty must cost something. He mentioned the house again, the trust, her name, the furniture, the art, all yours. Anna wiped her eyes and laughed softly, not from joy but from relief. He had believed her. She stepped into the street and called David. I have more, she said. Transcripts. A letter from Henry. It's strong. David's voice sharpened. Then we move. Sale 1 has cleared. He'll make more. I'll file for a freeze the moment we have enough to bury any argument. When is his trip? Tomorrow. 3 p.m. Paris. First class. Good, David said. Let him fly high. We'll meet him at the landing with gravity. Anna looked up at the wet sky. I'm ready, she said. I believe you, David replied. Now let's make the court believe you too. Morning arrived clear and cold. At 9 David called. We're set. I've drafted the emergency motion to freeze his accounts. The judge is on calendar today. We only need one more flagrant move to make it simple. At 11 David texted again. He sold another 3 million. Anna felt a steady beat move through her body. File it, she said. On it, David replied. At 1 Lily posted a photo at the airport matching luggage, glossy smiles, the caption. Paris, here we come. Anna saved the image. At 2:45 her phone rang. David's voice held a smile. Freeze granted. All accounts in Mark's name are locked. Credit cards cancelled. Brokerage frozen. The court also set a hearing in 3 days. He must show your written approvals or face the penalty clause in full. Anna walked to the hotel window and watched a gull wheel over the water. He's boarding now, she whispered. Then he'll take off rich and land broke, David said. Answer nothing until I say so. Understood. Anna set her phone down and folded Henry's letter back into its envelope. She tucked it into her bag like a talisman and exhaled, slow and even. The calls began just after midnight. Unknown numbers. Then Mark's name. Then Lily's. Voicemails stacked up, sharp with panic. Cards declined. Hotel won't check us in. What did you do? Anna waited, then accepted a video call. Mark's face filled the screen, flushed, sweaty, wild-eyed. Behind him, Lily paced with her phone raised like a weapon. Anna, talk to me. Why are my accounts frozen? Anna kept her tone calm. Ask the court. The court. His voice cracked. Why would a court? Because you spent $8 million without my written approval, she said evenly. Page 7 Mark. Henry's will. Any transfer over $25,000 in the first 2 years needs my signature. You skipped it. The penalty clause isn't a joke. He blinked fast. There's no clause. Check your email, Anna said. David sent everything to your lawyer 6 hours ago. Lily leaned in. What does she mean the house is hers? Anna didn't smile, but her eyes softened. The house is in a trust. I'm the beneficiary. You've been living in my home. An eviction notice will be served today. Silence dragged. Then Mark's voice dropped to pleading. Anna, please. Don't do this. You already did, she said and ended the call. Anna blocked their numbers and sat very still, listening to the hotel's thin hum. She felt the tremble in her hands fade. The next afternoon, embassy help posts appeared online. Lily's filters gone, faces bare, anger showing. Anna moved quietly. She met a locksmith at the front door of the house. Change all the locks, she said. Every exterior. New codes. She walked room by room, steady as a surveyor. The furniture was hers. The art was hers. The silver tray Henry loved hers. She boxed Mark's suits and shoes, labeled each carton Mark pick up within 72 hours, and stacked them neatly in the garage. When the security installer asked for a master passcode, Anna chose 4 numbers that meant nothing to anyone but her. David stopped by with takeout and a file. "Freeze is holding," he said. "Hearing in 3 days." "Good," Anna replied. They ate at the kitchen island, the island Henry had leaned on while telling old stories and spoke in short, quiet sentences. Before leaving, David put a hand on the file. "You did hard things with grace," he said. "Finish with the same." 3 days later, a knock came at noon. Mark stood on the porch with an old suit and hollow eyes. Lily hovered behind him, brittle and angry. Anna opened the door on the chain. "Hello, Mark." "Let me in," he said. "We need to talk." "We will," Anna answered. "In court." She slid a paper toward the gap. "You have until 5 tomorrow to collect your boxes from the garage. After that, anything left becomes mine." "I have nowhere to go," he said, voice thin. "You told me I had 24 hours, Anna said. "I'm giving you 72. Be grateful." Lily tried to push forward. "This is theft." "No," Anna said. "This is ownership." She closed the door, set the chain back, and stood still until their footsteps faded. In the quiet kitchen, David looked up from his notes. "You okay?" "Yes," she said, surprised to hear the truth in her own voice. "I'm okay." Court smelled like paper and coffee. Judge Baker, a woman with gray hair and a steady gaze, took the bench and read in silence for a long minute. Mark's lawyer stumbled first. "Your Honor, the clause was unclear." "My client." The judge raised a palm. "Mr. Hall, the clause is 1 sentence. 10 plain words. Get your wife's written approval for large transactions." She turned to Mark. "Did you have Anna Clark's written approval?" Mark's mouth opened and closed. "No, but, did you read the will?" "My lawyer, that's a no," Judge Baker said. She tapped the page. "The penalty clause is lawful and precise. Your father gave you a fortune with a single condition. You chose to ignore it, insult your wife, and spend $8 million on toys." The judge's voice softened, not kind, only certain. "Consequences teach what comfort will not." The court orders immediate enforcement. 75% of all inherited assets to Anna Clark within 30 days. The remaining 25% to the named charities. Accounts stay frozen until transfer completes. Mr. Hall, prepare the order. The gavel fell, one clean sound that felt like a door closing and another opening. Outside the courtroom, Mark tried to speak. David stepped between them. "All communication goes through counsel," he said. Mark reached over anyway. "Anna, she looked at him and found no anger left. Only distance. "You loved what I did for you," she said quietly. "That isn't love." She walked away beside David, her footsteps light, her shoulders loose for the first time in weeks. On the steps, the wind lifted her hair. She thought of Henry's letter, of the island in the kitchen, of rain on the hotel window. She thought of the word enough and how it felt when you finally said it to yourself. David closed the file. "Transfers will start this week," he said. "We'll manage the sales and the charities exactly as ordered." Anna nodded. "I want the process clean," she said. "No gloating. No noise." David smiled. "Understood." Anna looked toward the street, toward a smaller home by the water, a desk, a laptop, a quiet morning. "Let's go," she said. "There's work to do." 30 days later, the transfer completed just as the judge ordered. Anna sat at her desk watching the numbers appear on her account screen: stocks, cash, property deeds. $24 million in total, after fees and charity distributions. The yacht, the car, the watch, everything Mark had flaunted was sold to cover debts. The house in Los Angeles deal collapsed, leaving him with lawsuits he couldn't pay. Lily vanished from his life within weeks, blaming him for everything. Anna closed the laptop, leaned back, and felt a peace so deep it almost frightened her. She wasn't celebrating. There was no champagne, no laughter. Just quiet satisfaction and relief. For the first time in 15 years she was free. She looked around her new apartment overlooking the water, small, bright, full of plants, and smiled softly. Her phone buzzed with a message from David. "Transfer confirmed." "You did it." He texted back, "We did it. Thank you." Then she set the phone aside and let the sound of the waves fill the silence. 2 months later, a letter arrived at David's office for Anna. It was from Mark, written in his uneven handwriting. David called her before forwarding it. "You don't have to read this," he said. "Closure doesn't always need words from them." "I want to," she replied. That evening she opened it carefully. "Anna," it began, "I know I don't deserve forgiveness, but I need to tell you that you were right. I was blind, cruel, and arrogant. I thought power meant control. I see now that my father left me everything to test me and I failed. I've lost it all. I hope you're happy and I hope you use what you've built to help others. You deserve to be proud." It wasn't apology enough, but it was something. Anna folded the letter and placed it in a drawer with Henry's note, the two men who had shaped her life, one by love and the other by loss. She whispered, "Goodbye, Mark," and meant it. Months turned into a year. Anna sold the big Seattle house, too many ghosts in its hallways, and bought a smaller one in Portland with a view of the harbor. She started consulting again and clients returned quickly, drawn by her sharp mind and calm confidence. She also launched the Henry Foundation, dedicated to protecting seniors from financial abuse. Newspapers picked up her story, widow turns betrayal into reform movement, but she kept interviews short, refusing to discuss Mark. "The story isn't about revenge," she told one reporter. "It's about learning your own worth." David visited often, sometimes bringing case files, sometimes just coffee. "You've built something strong," he said one afternoon. "Henry would have been proud." Anna smiled. "He already told me he was," she said, glancing at the framed letter on her desk. The sunlight hit it just right, turning the ink into gold. Meanwhile, word spread through Seattle's business world about Mark's downfall. The man who once boasted about yachts now worked at a small logistics firm, living in a rented apartment near Tacoma. Friends avoided him, investors refused to deal with him, and even Lily cut ties completely. People said he'd changed, quieter, humbler, but Anna didn't follow his story. Sometimes she heard rumors through mutual acquaintances. "He's trying to rebuild," someone would say. "He's not the same man." She'd nod politely and move on. Mark had been a lesson, not a destiny. She had outgrown that chapter. Still, sometimes at night when the rain hit her window like fingers on glass, she thought of the moment Henry told her, "You're too good for him, you know." She had doubted it then. Now she knew he'd been right. One spring evening, Anna stood on her porch overlooking the harbor, the sun melting into gold over the water. She thought of everything: the betrayal, the courtroom, the quiet victories. She had walked through humiliation and come out standing taller than before. The best part wasn't the money. It was the freedom. Freedom from needing someone's approval to feel valuable. Freedom from the weight of other people's greed. Her phone rang. It was David, asking about a new client for the foundation. "You're a force now," he said proudly. Anna laughed softly. "No," she answered. "I just finally remembered who I was." As she ended the call, a gentle wind brushed her hair, carrying the scent of salt and beginnings. She whispered into the evening, "The best revenge isn't destruction. It's becoming untouchable." Then she went inside, closed the door to her new life, and never looked back. Moral lesson: true strength isn't in fighting back with anger, it's in rebuilding yourself with dignity. When life breaks you, let integrity be your revenge and peace your victory. Thanks you for watching, and please remember to tell us where you are watching from today. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more of this.